You're the very most fun I've ever found, and you're my friend. Hi, this is Cricket talking to ya. Do you go to school? I do. I'm in the first grade now. Last year, I went to kindergarten, and the year before that, I went to learn and play preschool. You know what? School is fun. I like to learn about numbers and the letters of the alphabet, and I like recess too, because that's when I get to play with my friends. Let's pretend we're in school right now. It's easy. All you need is some paper and something to write with. If you know how to write your name, put it at the top of the page. Then practice writing some of the letters and numbers you know. While you do that, I'll sing you a song about how much I like school. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school and school is fun. Mary had a little lamb who knew just where to go. He followed her to school one day. No, he's the smartest lamb I know. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school and school is fun. Reading, writing, arithmetic, music and history. School can help you to become whatever you want to be. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school and school is fun. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school and school is fun. Now I'm going to tell you a story about my first day at school. If you want, you can keep writing your letters and numbers, or draw a picture, or you can just listen. When I started kindergarten last year, I was so excited. I could hardly sleep the night before. I gotta admit though, when my mom dropped me off in her car, I was a little scared. But then my new teacher was so nice, and I made so many new friends, I didn't want to go home when school was over. Well, this year, I started first grade. And you know what? It was even more exciting than kindergarten, because I got to walk to school all by myself. My mom said if I wanted, she'd walk with me. But I said, no, that's okay, Mom. It's only 2 blocks. I can walk by myself. The first day of school, I got up so early, no one else was awake yet. I jumped out of bed and put on my brand new school outfit. Then I ran in the kitchen and packed my brand new lunchbox. Then I ran to my mom's bedroom. But picture this, she was still asleep. Wake up, Mom, I said. It's time for me to leave. It's too early, Cricket, my mom said. But I don't want to be late, I said. Then I kissed my mom goodbye and ran out the door and started on my way to school. But I only got half a block before I heard someone say, wait a minute, Cricket. It was Mrs. Gillis, one of our neighbors. What is it, Mrs. Gillis, I said. My little kitty is stuck in a tree, Mrs. Gillis said. Will you help me get him down? But what time is it, I said. I don't want to be late for school. Don't worry, Cricket, said Mrs. Gillis. It's only 8:15. You won't be late. Well, it took about forever to get the kitty down, but I finally did. I had to climb way up high in the tree, catch the little kitty, and climb all the way back down. Then I said goodbye to Mrs. Gillis and started on my way to school again. But I only got to the stop sign at the corner before I heard someone say, wait a minute, Cricket. It was Mrs. Meyerson, our school crossing guard. What is it, Mrs. Meyerson, I said. There's a big moving van headed this way, said Mrs. Meyerson. You'll have to wait till it goes by. Well, what time is it, I said. I don't want to be late for school. Don't worry, Cricket, said Mrs. Meyerson. It's only 8:30. You won't be late. Well, it took about forever for the moving van to get by, but it finally did. That moving van was so long, the driver had to back up and turn around 10 times. Then I said goodbye to Mrs. Meyerson and started on my way to school again. But I only got another half a block before I heard someone say, wait a minute, Cricket. It was Cindy Lou, the new little girl on our street. What is it, Cindy Lou, I said. You look like you're going to school, said Cindy Lou. Will you wait and let me walk with you? But what time is it, I said. I don't want to be late for school. Don't worry, Cricket, said Cindy Lou. It's only 8:45. You won't be late. Well, it took about forever for Cindy Lou to get ready, but finally she did. She had to change her clothes and comb her hair and pack her lunch and say goodbye to her mom. Then I started on my way to school again with Cindy Lou. And this time I got all the way. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I heard someone say, "Wait a minute, Cricket." It was Mrs. Warren, my teacher from kindergarten. "Hello, Mrs. Warren," I said. "Am I late?" "No, Cricket, you're not late," Mrs. Warren said. "You're a whole day early." "Oh, no," I said. "Now I remember. Kindergarten always starts a day before everybody else." "That's right, Cricket," Mrs. Warren said. "First grade starts tomorrow." So Cindy Lou and I called our moms and told them what had happened. Then we went to the park and played on the swings and ate our lunches. And then we went home. And then the next morning, guess what? I started all over again. Was that a silly story or what? One of my favorite things to do in school is arithmetic. I especially like to add numbers together. So I'm going to sing a song about some ducks. And we're going to add up how many ducks there are. When I ask you how many ducks on the pond, see if you can say the right answer. Listen carefully. Here we go. One little duck swimming on a pond, wondering what to do. When another little duck just happened along, and then there were two. One little duck and one little duck makes how many ducks on the pond? The answer is 2 ducks. 1 and 1 makes 2. 2 little ducks swimming on a pond, now add a couple more. 'Cause 2 more ducks just happened along, and then there were 4. 2 little ducks and 2 little ducks makes how many ducks on the pond? I hope you said 4 ducks. 2 and 2 makes 4. 4 little ducks swimming on a pond. It was getting rather late when 4 more ducks just happened along, and then there were 8. 4 little ducks and 4 little ducks makes how many ducks on the pond? The answer is 8 ducks. 4 and 4 makes 8. 8 little ducks swimming on a pond, and that's all the ducks there were. 'Cause 8 and 8 makes 16 ducks, and that's too many, I'm sure. Quack, quack. Was that a funny song or what? Another one of my favorite times at school is story time. That's when we get to read the books in our library. And sometimes our teacher reads the whole class a story out loud. Here's one we heard last week. I hope you like it. Once upon a time, there was a funny little elf called Rumpelstiltskin and a little girl who spun straw into gold. Now, spinning straw into gold may sound impossible, but this little girl was very smart. So smart, in fact, that her father was always bragging about her. "My daughter is so smart," he would say. "She can say the alphabet backwards." "And my daughter is so smart," he would say. "She can add, subtract at the same time." "And my daughter is so smart," he would say. "She can make up a rhyme about anything." One day, the king came to town looking for a smart person to do a very special job. So the father introduced the king to his daughter, and the king said, "Can you really say the alphabet backwards?" "Sure can," said the little girl. ZYXWVUT SRQPONMOK JIHGFED CBA. "Amazing," said the king. "Can you really add, subtract at the same time?" "Sure can," said the little girl. 9 plus 9 minus 5 equals 13. "Amazing," said the king. "Can you really make up a rhyme about anything?" "Sure can," said the little girl. "Fiddly-dum, fiddly-dee. Don't you think I'm as smart as can be?" "Amazing," said the king. "You are smart, and you're just the person I need to do my very special job. Will you come to the palace?" The little girl's father said she could go, so she combed her hair and put on her best dress, and then she packed a lot of books in her backpack, because you never know when you might need a good book. Then the little girl headed straight for the palace. When she got there, the king led her to a tiny room high up in a tower. The little girl looked in the room, and guess what she saw? You guessed it, straw! Piles and piles of straw. The only other thing in the whole room was an old spinning wheel. I want you to spin all this straw into gold, said the king. I'll be back in the morning to see how you've done. And then he left. Spin straw into gold, said the little girl to herself. How am I ever going to do that? But she sat down at the spinning wheel anyway and tried all the smart things she knew. First, she said the alphabet backwards. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T. S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, O, K. J, I, H, G, F, E, D. C, B, A. But nothing happened. Then she tried adding and subtracting at the same time. 9 plus 9 minus 5 equals 13. But nothing happened. Then she tried making up a rhyme about her problem. Fiddle-dee-dum, I've never been told how to spin straw into gold. And then all of a sudden, something did happen. A funny little elf appeared right before her eyes. Well, my little chickadee, he said, it looks like you're in a pickle, and I'm just the elf who can help. I know how to spin straw into gold. Oh, please help me, said the little girl. I'll help you, said the elf, on one condition. Guess my name by the time I finish, or all the gold will turn back into straw. And then the elf laughed. Hee 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 hee. You'll never guess in a zillion years. So the funny little elf sat right down and began spinning straw into gold. He spun so fast, the little girl didn't know how she would ever figure out his name in time. But then she had an idea. I'll look in a book, she said to herself. And she took her books out of her backpack and began to look through them. Her math book didn't help, and her history book didn't help, and even her geography book didn't help. But then she took out her best and biggest book of all, her encyclopedia. She opened it to the page that said elves, and there were hundreds of elves listed. There were elves that fly, and elves that don't fly, elves that live under mushrooms, and elves that live in condos. Finally, she found it. Elves that spin straw into gold. And right there was her elf's name. Just as the very last piece of straw was turned into gold, the little girl closed her encyclopedia and said, Aha! I've got it! Your name is Rumpelstiltskin. How did you guess? How did you guess? Said the elf. Why, your name was right here in a book, said the little girl. Most everything you need to know is in books, if you know how to look. Can I look at your books, said the elf? Sure, said the little girl. Books are for everybody, and they're a smart person's best friend. Was that a smart little girl, or what? Remember that song I sang about school being fun? Well, I'm going to sing it again, and I'd like you to sing it with me. Here's how it goes. First, you count forwards. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. Then you count backwards. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school, and school is fun. Now I'm going to sing it all the way through. I hope you'll sing along. Remember, first you count forwards. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school, and school is fun. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. School's a wonderful place to be. 3, 2, 1, see us run. Time for school, and school is fun. If you want to keep playing school, you can turn my tape over now. I know lots more stories and games and songs, or you can just talk to me for a while, and I'll listen. I'm so glad you're my friend. And remember, I'll be talking to ya.